When we talk about ourselves living in this third dimension, we're supposed to be communicating. We're supposed to be creating. We're supposed to be in sync with this world above us, right? But what we're doing now, instead of practicing as above, so below, we're practicing as below, so belower.
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you on based on whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At AIDS, it's your boy Soul Immortal. Stop living your life in demo mode. Stop living your lives in demo mode. What do you mean, Soul? Well, I'm understanding that there are a lot of people that don't understand that this world is an illusion, right? It's an illusion. On top of that, there are people that have no clue that there are illusions within the illusion. And the thing is, once you start tapping into these illusions, they aren't bad, but these illusions can be very dangerous if you're unaware of what they really are, right? And I'll just start off with this metaverse that's coming, right? There are a lot of people that look at the metaverse and say, you know what, like, we're ready for it, man. We're going to make a lot of money. We're going to meet a lot of people, have a lot of different experiences. And then there are people that are saying, oh man, like it's evil. It's a dark place, right? And when you take all of that information, it's just like, you know what, people really just aren't understanding what it is. It's just another layer of the illusion. Is it bad? No, it's not bad, but it's just, it's very dangerous, right? And explain, think about a time when people, the only communication people had was their next door neighbor. The only communication people had is when they went to church on Sundays and met with the people from the neighborhood or the pastor and families, And then think about when the newspaper came out. It went from you only knew your neighbors to boom, you getting a paper on your front door. You can open this thing up. You can tell what happened all around the city without even being there. You can see the obituaries. You can see who died. You can see the police report. You can see all the weddings. You can see, just all the horoscopes, all in this one little miniature booklet or newspaper, right? And think about what it was like. There were people that were losing a sense of reality when that took place. There were people that would get that paper in the morning, couldn't function without it. Couldn't function without a newspaper. They would sit at the breakfast table. Mama might have been making breakfast. Wifey might have been making breakfast. And you sitting there reading a newspaper, lost in a completely different world. In a completely different plane on this world, right? Everybody was on this exact same plane reading the exact same paper, right? People were lost. People had lost touch with reality. People began living their lives in demo mode. At that moment, people started living their lives based on what they read. If this is the new sale, if this is what JCPenney's selling, if this is the kind of business that brother so-and-so is opening, if these people got married, then this is how I need to form my world based on this. People lose a sense of reality, right? Think about when the radio came out and they were playing soap operas and you could listen to football games and dramas and all kind of stuff, right? People were getting lost deeper in that world. People were losing touch with reality, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And it was no different than like when the internet came out in the 90s, right? And people were like, oh, the internet is bad. Oh, some people made millions. And at the same time, some people lost their minds in the internet. And what I mean by that, there are some people that are on Instagram that are completely out of their minds. They are completely out of touch with reality, right? There are people on TikTok that live these TikTok lives, YouTube lives, that they're creating avatars. And to be honest, if you go to their house and sit, they're probably sitting there just not in zombie state. They live this life in zombie state. They make their moves. They make all their decisions. They base all their emotions, all their relationships, all their purchases are based on the social media world. These people are lost. So when you talk about the meta world is not good or bad. It's just a deeper level of an illusion. It's just getting people further away from center. There will be a lot of people that benefit from it. People that will make money, people that will start businesses, meet new people. But there will be some people that completely lose their minds and won't even know they've lost their minds, right? So that's my take on the illusion. Now, how does that illusion affect us as spiritual beings? How does that illusion, or getting lost in it rather, affect us on a spiritual level? As above, so below. As above, so below. You know, when people talk about kids playing video games and saying, oh, you know what, video games are bad and they're evil and all this stuff, right? It's not the fact that kids are playing video games. Like it's not the fact they're playing GTA. It's not the fact they're playing Call of Duty, right? It's not the fact that they're seeing all this killing and selling drugs and people doing. It's not that. Because to be honest, if they were to shut that game down, come to the living room and watch television with you, they're going to see the exact same thing. They're going to see the exact same thing they're watching on that game. So that's not the danger of video games. The danger of video games is the fact that you have a spiritual being creating in a level of the illusion. No different than what people do on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. You have an individual creating a world, pouring emotional energy, pouring all types of energy into an illusion. That completely goes against as above, so below. You know, when we talk about ourselves living in this third dimension, we're supposed to be communicating. We're supposed to be creating. We're supposed to be in sync with this world above us, right? But what we're doing now, instead of practicing as above, so below, we're practicing as below, so belower. In other words, we're creating in the wrong direction. So do y'all get what I'm talking about when I say get lost in the illusion? You can get lost in the illusion, right? Have y'all seen that movie? One of my favorite movies, man. Inception. And they're talking about the dream world and how things are manipulated in the dream world. And once you get, so deep in the movie, I don't want to spoil it, but once you get so deep in the movie, they talking about pulling off like a big job. So they're talking about, to do that, you would have to go, within a dream and then another dream from that dream, like 2 layers of dreams down, right? And they were talking about the dangers of it. That's what's taking place now. That's what's taking place. When you have a person that can't put that phone down because they're locked in that world all the time, and that world gets deeper. Think about that. All it is taking them that much further than center. It's taking them that much further than center, and that's the danger of it. And that's what has people living their lives in demo mode. I guarantee you this, man. If you took the average family, right, and put them, on an island to function by themselves, give them a house, give them food, give them drink, and all they have is each other, they wouldn't even know how to function. They wouldn't even know what to say to each other. They wouldn't be able to show each other emotion. They wouldn't know what it meant to have fun, because everybody is submerged in so many levels of the illusion, man. And I'm telling you, once you come out of that, I'm telling you, life is different. Like, life is actually fun. I'm gonna say it again. Once you come out of the illusion, once you find self, because you can't find self and still be deep in that illusion. I'm telling you, life begins to happen. So stop living in demo mode is all I'm saying. I mean, you can partake in these things, but you have to understand what they are. And I'm telling you, this metaverse, from there all the way to back in, to telegraphs and newspapers and AM radio. I'm telling you, it's no difference. There's no deeper level of danger, right? You just have to be aware. We just have to be aware, man, that it's an illusion. So how do we do it? How do we come out of demo mode and start living purposeful, intentional, lives in reality, right? Well, first you got to understand that all these things we use, all these vices, social media, internet, papers, whatever, you have to understand that there are illusions within the illusion. You have to understand the danger of it. You have to understand that something as simple as a newspaper is meant to create a mini meta world, right? To get man to drift, to get man to become a consumer, right? Again, you can win and benefit by placing yourselves in these things, but they can become very dangerous once you start putting too much creative energy in these worlds, right? And then I would say, in order to fix it, a man or a woman should just start spending time, start living life without the vices. You know what I'm saying? In other words, sisters, the next time your man take you to a fancy restaurant and the guy's coming out putting napkins on your leg and he's bringing out desserts with lights and all this coming out, try to go 1 or 2 times every once in a while without taking pictures from the gram. You know what I'm saying? Without taking pictures of the wine, showing what restaurant you're at. Try just enjoying the experience every once in a while. When you go on vacation, you know what I'm saying? Try going on an entire vacation. No pictures of the cruise ship. Don't tell nobody where you're going. No pictures of you and your baddie brothers on the beach. You know what I'm saying? No pictures of you eating foreign foods. Try just going on a vacation without letting anybody know, without posting anything on the gram. If you want to go and purchase that belt or purchase that purse, try going to purchase that purse or that belt and not getting it strictly for the gram. You know what I'm saying? You'll start to separate yourself from that illusion. You'll start to find self. You'll start purchasing things and having experiences strictly because that's what you want to do. Start spending quality time with your family without letting the whole world know. Try to go this Thanksgiving without posting a plate, without telling everybody what you're eating. Try just going home and enjoying family for the first time. No pictures, no post. When your son and your daughter comes in from school, try just sitting down and saying, hey, you know what? How was your day? Tell me about your experience. What was good? What was bad? What did you learn? Instead of just posting your son going to school fly every day in a Jordans, or your daughter, made up looking good for the world. Right? Try just spending quality time. I'm telling you, this illusion or these illusions within the illusion, brother, are going to have people brain dead. They simply have people living life in demo mode.